Hello viewers, how are you? Welcome to my channel Physics with Rans. So today we are going to discuss about equilibrium of a particle. We can consider it as a particle or a body. So here, according to the definition of equilibrium of particle, if the net external force acting on the particle is equals to 0, then we can represent that the given particle is in equilibrium. For this, let us consider two forces F1 comma F2 which are acting on the body of mass m. If the body is at rest position, applying the forces F1 and F2, then we can represent that the body is in equilibrium. Then according to the statement of equilibrium of a particle, we can represent that F1 plus F2 is equals to 0. From this we can write it as F1 equals to minus F2. So based on that we can say that these two forces are equal in magnitude whereas opposite in direction. Now let us consider three forces acting on a particle of a mass m. Then according to the statement of equilibrium of a particle, we can represent that F1 plus F2 plus F3 is equals to 0. So this represents the case of equilibrium of a particle. So let's see concurrent forces. Whereas according to the statement of concurrent forces, if two or more forces act on a body, then we can represent them as concurrent forces. If two or more forces act on a body, then we can represent them as concurrent forces. So based on these concurrent forces, now we are going to discuss about Lami's theorem. So here we consider three forces F1 comma F2 comma F3, whereas according to the statement of Lami's theorem, if three forces are concurrent on a particle, then the force is directly proportional to sine of the angle between the other two forces. That represents Lami's theorem. For this, let us consider three forces. Whereas first force is F1, second force is F2 and the third force is F3. And angle made by the force F1 in between F2 and F3 is alpha, and for angle made by the force F2 in between F1 and F3 is beta, and angle made by the third force in between F1 and F2 is gamma. Then according to Lami's theorem, we can represent it as F1 by sine alpha is equals to F2 by sine beta is equals to F3 by sine gamma. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Now we are going to discuss about free body diagrams, FBD. For this we consider a body which is being isolated from its surroundings. As the body is being isolated, here now we are going to represent the interaction of the body with respect to surroundings in terms of a force. So commonly we consider 5 different forces in order to draw the FBD. The first one is weight, and second one is normal force, and the third one is tension, and the fourth one is frictional force, and fifth one is elastic spring force. Whereas if you consider weight, the weight is being represented for a body in the vertical path like this when we consider a body of a mass m. So here whether the body is on the inclined plane or it is on the horizontal floor, always the weight acts vertical to the horizontal surface. Let us consider a inclined plane and the body of mass m is placed on the inclined plane. Then in this case the weight acts vertical to the horizontal surface of the inclined plane. So in this way we represent the weight, whereas the normal reaction. So here come to the case of this normal reaction. It always acts perpendicular to the surface of the body. It always acts perpendicular to the surface of the body. So in this case the normal reaction will be like this. So next one is tension. Tension is being represented when we consider strings and the weight is being suspended by using strings. So in this case, as the weight acts in the downward direction, the tension acts in the upward direction in the case of a string, whereas a frictional force. So frictional force is nothing but the force acts between a surface as well as a body. That represents frictional force, which opposes the motion of the body when it is at rest or it is moving. So we are familiar with this. And next one is elastic spring force. Elastic spring force is nothing but when the spring is tied to a body of mass m, then in this case we can represent the elastic spring force. So now by using these 5 forces, we are going to draw the FBDs. So take a screenshot, we will draw FBD. Now we are going to discuss about a free body diagram of a body which is placed on a horizontal surface, whereas the mass of the body is m. As the mass of the body is m, weight of this body will act in the downward direction and it is being balanced by normal reaction. Let us consider 2 forces that are acting on the body, whereas force F1 is acting at this position and force F2 is acting at this position. With respect to horizontal, force F1 makes an angle of theta and F2 makes an angle of theta. So now observe that as the force F1 makes an angle of theta, it resolves into components as F1 cos theta, F1 sin theta, as well as this force F2, it resolves into components as F2 cos theta, F2 sin theta. Now we have to represent the forces which are acting along vertical as well as horizontal. So along the vertical, we represent them as up is equals to down, nothing but forces acting in the upward direction is equals to the forces acting in the downward direction. Observe that normal reaction is acting in the upward direction as well as F1 sin theta is acting in the upward direction. Then based on that, we can represent it as n plus F1 sin theta is equals to mg plus F2 sin theta, mg plus F2 sin theta. Now we have to represent the forces that are acting along the horizontal, whereas it is being represented as right is equals to left. Right is equals to left. Observe that along the right side, F1 cos theta is acting. So here we represent it as F1 cos theta is equals to, along the left F2 cos theta is acting. So here we can represent it as F2 cos theta. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Now we are going to discuss about a body which is placed on the inclined plane of inclination theta. So here, since the body is placed on the inclined plane and the forces acting on the body are F1 and F2, which makes an angle of theta with respect to horizontal. So here, based on these forces, now we have to apply the FBD for this body. So first of all, let us represent the FBD for weight and a normal reaction. So here observe that since the body is placed on the inclined plane by an angle of theta, the weight of the body will resolve into components as mg cos theta and mg sin theta. Whereas this mg cos theta is being balanced by normal reaction. Now here observe that the 2 forces are being acting on this body, whereas the forces are F1 and F2 and they make an angle of theta with respect to horizontal. So based on that, this force also resolves into components as F1 cos theta and F1 sin theta. Whereas observe the F2 force. Here F2 makes an angle of theta with respect to horizontal. So it resolves into component as F2 cos theta and F2 sin theta. Now Based on this resolution of forces, now we have to represent the equations. So in order to represent this, now we have to consider the vertical forces. So for this we consider up is equals to down, up equals to down. Observe that normal reaction is acting of vertical upwards, whereas F1 sin theta is acting vertical upwards. Then based on that we can represent it as n plus F1 sin theta is equals to mg cos theta and F2 sin theta. So we can represent it as mg cos theta plus F2 sin theta. Whereas now we have to represent the horizontal forces. So observe that mg sin theta is acting horizontally in the downward direction. Then we can represent it as left is equals to right. mg sin theta as well as F1 cos theta. So we can represent it as mg sin theta plus F1 cos theta is equals to F2 cos theta. F2 cos theta. Take a screenshot. We will continue. Now we are going to solve a problem based on this FBD. Observe that 3 boys, each of mass of 45 kg, pull simultaneously a block on a smooth surface. The mass of the block is 20 kg. So here given that the mass of the block is 20 kg. Now we have to find the acceleration of the block based on these 3 forces, F1, F2 and F3, based on 3 boys. So here observe that this F3 force makes an angle of 45 degrees with respect to horizontal, whereas F1 force makes an angle of 37 degrees with respect to horizontal, whereas F2 force is acting vertical. So if we represent the FBD diagram for these forces, so here F1 acts along this direction and it makes an angle of 37 degrees, and F3 force acts along this direction by an angle of 45 degrees. So now here observe that F2 is acting along this direction. Observe that F1 makes an angle of 37 degrees. So it resolves into components as F1 cos 37 and F1 sin 37. Whereas this force F3, it resolves into components as F3 cos 45 and F3 sin 45. F3 sin 45. So based on these components, now we have to represent the equation by using the equation force along the x-axis, nothing but force acting along the horizontal axis. Observe that the force acting along the horizontal axis is F1 cos 37 plus F3 cos 45. So here we can represent it as F1 cos 37 plus F3 cos 45. Whereas force acting along the vertical axis is F2 plus F1 sin 37 plus, it is acting in the downward direction, so we represent it with minus F3 sin 45. Now here we have to represent the acceleration of the block along the horizontal axis as well as along the vertical axis. So along the horizontal axis the acceleration is given as a suffix x equals to f suffix x by m, where m is mass of the block. So if we substitute all the values in this equation, here we get f1 cos 37 plus f3 cos 45 by m, which is equals to f1 is 90 into cos 37 plus f3 is 128 root 3 into cos 45 by 20. On solving this equation, here we get 10 meter per second square. 10 meter per second square. So now we have to represent the acceleration along the vertical axis. Whereas acceleration along the vertical axis is given as a suffix y is equals to, equation is f suffix y by m, which is equals to f2 plus f1 sin 37 minus f3 f3 sine 45 by m, which is equals to f2 is 114 plus f1 is 90 into sine 37 minus f3 is 128 root 3 into sine 45 by 20. On solving this equation, here we get acceleration as 2 meter per second square. 2 meter per second square. Now we had proved the part A. Now we have to prove part B. Observe that find the acceleration of the boy exerting force F1. So here, as the boy is exerting force F1, due to Newton's law of motion, he experiences the same amount of force. So here the force experienced by the boy will be F1 itself. Then acceleration of the boy is equals to A equals F1 by m, where F1 is 90, whereas mass of the boy is 45. So here we get acceleration is equals to 2 meter per second square. Take a screenshot. We will continue. The next problem is a block of mass m is placed on a horizontal surface. Observe that here we had placed a block of a mass m. If the block is pulled by applying a force of magnitude F is equals to 5 mg. So here the body is being pulled by a force of F equals to 5 mg and at an angle of 37 degrees with horizontal as shown in the figure. Find the acceleration of the block at the given instant. So now we have to represent the acceleration of this block. So here observe this, when we represent FBD for this block, then the force resolves into components as F1 cos 37 and F1 sin 37. Whereas F1 cos 37 is equals to, where F1 equals 5 mg, 5 mg into cos 37 is 4 by 5. So 5 gets cancelled. So here we get a 4 mg, which is equals to 4 mg. Whereas now we have to represent F1 sin 37, whereas F1 sin 37 is equals to 5 mg into sin 37 is 3 by 5. So 5 and 5 gets cancelled. So here we get a 3 mg. Along the vertical we can represent it as 3 mg. Now we have to represent the acceleration. Whereas observe that along the x-axis acceleration is given as force acting along the horizontal axis, nothing but 4 mg by m. So here m gets cancelled. So acceleration along the x-axis is 4g. Whereas now we have to represent the acceleration along the vertical axis. So in order to represent this, observe that the weight acts in the downward direction, whereas this weight is being balanced by normal reaction. So with respect to this force 3 mg, still we have normal reaction as well as weight. So if we substitute here, we get along the vertical, we can represent it as n plus 3 mg is equals to mg. From this here we get n is equals to mg minus 3 mg, which is equals to minus 2 mg. So this negative value of normal reaction represents that the body experiences weight in the upward direction. So that is being represented by n. So from this here we know that normal reaction is represented as minus 2 mg, whereas it is being balanced by the gravitational force. So it is being represented as positive. So from this we can represent it as a suffix y equals to 2 mg by m. So here m and m gets cancelled. So we get 2g. So now we had represented acceleration along the x-axis as well as acceleration along the y-axis. Now we have to represent the resultant acceleration of this block, whereas the resultant acceleration is given as a equals to under root of ax square plus ay square, where ax is equals to 4g whole square plus 2g whole square. So if we substitute here, we get under root of 4g is 4 square is 16 g square plus 2 square is 4g square. So from this here we get under root of 20g square. 20g square. It can also be represented as 4 5 is 20. So we can represent it as 2 root 5 into g meter per second square. This represents the acceleration of this block when the force of F1 acts by an angle of 37 degrees. Take a screenshot. I hope that you had enjoyed my video. Please give a like to this video, share this video to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.